your tears will overflow. You shall weep and gnash your teeth. Macaroni rains curses on APC trolls. Nigerian comedian, actor Deba Debayo, popularly called Mr. Macaroni, has rained curses on APC trolls. Nigerian News reports that Macaroni took to his Twitter page to rant and express displeasure over how he's constantly attacked on the microblogging platform. According to the actor, APC trolls insult and attack other party supporters, and no one does it better than them. The comedian further rained heavy curses on them, saying their tears will overflow, they will weep and gnash their teeth. And in his words, he says, "It wasn't enough for APC trolls that I was tortured and dehumanized. They came on this Twitter to mock, troll, curse, and hurl insults at me. They didn't care about my state of mind. These are the same people crying about insults. Your tears will overflow. By the gods, your tears will overflow. You shall weep and gnash your teeth. You will cry and cry and cry. And the goddess of the river shall accept your offering of water until you have no more to give. Then you will feel my pain and have a taste of your own wickedness." Talking about insult and attacks, no one does it better than APC trolls. We all saw how Nigerian youths, including myself, were being attacked daily on here during and after NSAS up to now. These tears are because APC trolls have met more than their match. Cry more. Well, I mean, to be honest, I feel like if anybody has a right to literally express themselves in terms of coming for these APC trolls, as it's described, it is him. I mean, Mr. Macaroni has literally, in terms of representing the youth and going out there, making his voice known, lending his voice, and the sacrifice he had to pay for that. And come on, the audacity to go to his page and insult him, and it's funny because you have these individuals, again, as he even said, during the NSAS protest, they were still the ones coming to hurl insults at him, even during and also after. So now, the same thing again, of course, they're getting intimidated. And of course, the tactics that they play is what they'd accuse the winning team, aka Peter Obi, the Obedience, because really that same narrative of bullying and being trolls was literally pressed upon and tried to was tried to be it was a narrative that tried to they tried to paint the Obedient with. And so really, obviously didn't work, because really the Obedients have literally taken over, right? But they're gonna get a taste of their own medicine, and I guess that's where the intensity comes with. Okay, fine, we get it. When you're in your bubble and people will think alike and all these, I mean, you can literally run with one narrative, but really when the rebuttal, when the resistance is tougher, then you start to cry. And literally, I feel like if anybody has a right to literally express themselves when it comes to being insulted and these APC trolls, I believe it is Mr. Macaroni. And to be honest, some may call it intense, but it is what it is. I mean, really, it shows the thinking of those. If you're still supporting APCs to this time, there are concerning issues that you really need to dig deep, and you need to question a lot. I mean, a lot of things are wrong. It's as simple as that. And if we have those other mentality that APC is the one to be in government, something is highly wrong. I mean, intellectually, there may be some challenges, in terms of judgment, challenges as well, limitations when it comes to looking at the future, selfishness. You must be benefiting in some way, some kind, or you just do not care to suffer. But the fact is, looking to APC to be the one, I mean, of course it is triggering. Of course it is triggering to go online. I mean, and it's Twitter, I'm sorry. Let's not pretend like as if Twitter is a platform for manners. Nobody has manners on there, okay? So if you're going to go express yourself, better have the confidence and the chest to defend what you're saying, because you're going to go to Nigerian youth defending an individual and a party that has committed criminal offenses against you as a citizen of the country. Let's even be honest. And you expect them to just like, oh wow, I really respect your opinion. No, we don't have such conversations. So if you're going to be on social media platforms, especially Twitter, and you're defending APC, yeah, it's already enough. But again, these could be paid trolls that are trying to push a movement or or resist. So for example, let's say Peter Obi is trending on Twitter. You now have the sea of people, these individuals in their huge numbers talking against Peter Obi, trying to reverse the narrative, so not to push forward. Because I think what NSAS must have taught this government is that, listen, when it comes to social media and Twitter, that they ended up banning, when it comes to promoting and pushing a narrative and also a movement, listen, you cannot underestimate that. So yeah. But it's funny because the first comment here literally says, you are just started, Omo Ale. Okay. Don't blame them, bro, because they are lost it with the wrong, old, corrupt, sick leaders. My brother, this is too much. Amen. In Jesus' mighty, majestic name. I mean, a lot of people do find it, too much with the cry. You cry. And really, I think to an extent, sometimes you look at the citizen, and you look at the people. I'm like, what? Sometimes you kind of deserve the government that you have. And I feel like to a very large extent, it's like the aggression that we have on our day to day. I think maybe with Nigerians, maybe we just need aggressive leaders. I don't even know. But the fact is, with Mr. Macaroni, I think when it comes to whatever he does, I think he should be given an immense level of grace, to be honest. Trying to speak up for your people and then being, taken away and beaten. I mean, if anything, they've made him even more fearless, and they've, made him push a story out there. But really, he's done a lot. So I believe that whatever it is, people can judge and say, okay, fine. It's just the beginning, and people going at him. It's like, he's been through it. And you will learn the hard way. Your prayers don't work. How can you curse your work? Wow. And another an individual says, you better keep short, as I believe you did not know. I mean, I'm literally correcting it, but what they really said was, you better keep short, as I believe you did not knew what will befalls you of ranting of an ant. So I'm even trying to help this person by, refiguring what they try to say to make sense. And, there's just, in the comments, it's not surprising, but, more insults are being hurled at him. And an individual says, Debo will soon join his colleagues in Benin Republic. And it's very, very sad, It's very, and sometimes it just gets to a point, can you even judge? Because really, we should really judge those that are supporting APC. There is a very huge problem. If you decide to be neutral, I think that is a problem in itself, because we don't really know where you stand. Because maybe justifiably your lack of trust has just made you step back. But when you have seen, and that's a different thing, when you have seen how incompetent, how criminal a party is, and the candidates that they have given, and they are willing to give another. They've given you Buhari and they're giving you Tinubu, and you're still willing to go for it. There is a problem. You need to be concerned as an individual. These are showing red flags, red signs in your thinking. That's what it is. Put what you think about it in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.